Hi, this is Antonio Mejorado, and this tutorial is to help you to write a subroutine in Visual Basic for Excel. So, getting to Excel, you click on Tab Developer, then in Macros, and then you write a macro name. In this case, I'm going to write force subroutine because we're going to write a subroutine to, and then create a subroutine to calculate the force. Then you will see the header and the end of the subroutine. Well, I'm gonna change the size of the fonts for you to have a better view. Well, now we're gonna get something from the user. In this case, we're gonna get the mass and the acceleration. So I'm trying to assign to the variable the mass the value from the user using an input box. The same for the acceleration. The acceleration equals input box. Between parentheses and quotations, you write the message you want to show the user. Okay. So after that, we can make. See, if you don't use the quotation, you will have a mistake. So it's quotation and then parentheses to close the input box function. Well, after that, we're gonna write another variable, the force, to calculate and to assign the formula for the force equals the mass times the acceleration. After that, we'll display that using the message box, msh box. Parentheses between quotation, we use force equal, and using the ampersand character, we can join the message and the variable value force, the force. Okay, so we click on play, and you give the value, you enter the value for the mass, which is 100, and the acceleration, which is 9.8, for example, and that is the result. Force equals 980. Okay, so let's suppose that we want to get that value but using a function that we have seen that before. Okay, function force, and we have two parameters, the max, comma, the acceleration. And after that, as you see, automatically finish with the end function. We're going to calculate the force. Force equals the mass times the acceleration. Okay, so now we're going to have force to get the calculus, so we're going to delete that from the subroutine, the operation. We make the cut. So instead of displaying only the force, we're going to display the force function value by using force parentheses and the parameters, in this case the mass, comma, the acceleration. If you see, that's something asking in the message. Okay, don't forget to close the parentheses for our force, otherwise you will have a mistake like that. So close the parentheses for force, close the parentheses for the message box, and you will see by click on play is the same solution. We enter the value for mass, we enter the value for acceleration, and there is the result. The thing is, we know how to use a function from a subroutine. Okay, here you have a mistake. Be careful. If you change the parameters, you can change the parameters, so it doesn't matter, it's gonna work. Okay, if you run again, you're gonna have the same solution. The thing is, you don't have to have these parameters as the mass and the acceleration. Okay, so now you're gonna see how do you define, insert a shape, and we're gonna select this shape. This is the round rectangular shape. So then we type a name or something, like in this case is macro force. So then with the right button on the mouse, you assign macro, and assign to this button the macro name for subroutine, and click OK. So once you click outside and click again, now you go, there you go, is the subroutine working. Okay, so this is the way you're gonna use that in Visual Basic for Excel. Okay, practice more on this. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm gonna leave you these statements. Okay, bye bye.